So that wooden box. While that exists, this is strictly impossible. Or so it would seem. Like, if I push the one box into the other... Well, actually, okay, that's a valid question. If I push the one box into the other, what does it do? Okay, it does destroy it. However, every tornado is out of my reach now. Okay, so that is one step that I will be needing to do. That is one step that I will be needing to do. Okay. This is starting to make a little more sense. Okay, so that needs to happen. I'm gonna get that tornado back by... I don't know yet. That's okay. If this fireball's job is done, can't I just kinda... chain this way? I can. I'll have to do it again. But that locks up all three of my tornadoes. I can get one back this way. Okay. Stuff is happening. I hope that's the last time I need you to shoot. Do I believe it might be? No, it's not. No, I need you out of the way for a moment. First I gotta shoot this box. Okay, this is very involved. Okay. This feels like it's on the solution path, maybe? Well, okay, nice to say that, but what about what's going on here? I don't believe this makes any sense. Did I put that one tornado in there too early? That's what it feels like to me. Okay. So prior to you moving, I have other tasks I need to do. So this gets me that windy guy. Gotta be out of the way. Oh, don't put it there. That's a terrible spot. Blow this up. Boom. So all the other things that need to happen now. What are those? Oh, I see. Okay. So a single tornado can make it through here because of that fireball. Therefore, my duo will handle this part. Since I do need both of them to face that way, that looks like a wasted fireball, but it's actually very important. This one goes here. I fireball it. I have to kill this, and now I'm one fireball short. So that was actually no good. Well, okay, maybe I can get blown across these spikes to get one last fireball out of you, and repeat up there to... do what? Well, I certainly can't do that now. So your task looks more like this, but... now you need more help. I need to kill this so that I can fireball the other one. Well, okay, I can do this now. Hold on. And I can do that again. Wait, why is this wrong? Well, because this is my last fireball. I need 2 more. I don't have 2 more. What? Okay, so I think this is largely an efficiency challenge. I know I need to ring that reddish bell. It doesn't look to me like there's another way to do it than... oh, wait a second. I think it might be more productive to do this than the opposite. Because then I can fire you to the right twice. And you're out of the way for this. Okay. Well... okay, what good is that, though? Well, I can fire you to the right twice, and others... no. No, that doesn't make sense to me. What? Well, no. Okay, what fireballs am I using where? One thing I'm pretty sure I'm doing is this. Am I? Am I actually? This is too early to be doing that. So what? First I... make this fireball. And then again, and then you're pretty much spent. That can be okay. Yeah. Well, how's this bell ringing then? Didn't somebody need to fireball that already? That would be nice, yes. Originally, my plan would have been this. But that wastes your ammunition. Does it? Because later you might want to shoot that direction once the thing all the way up there is reoriented. Isn't that too late? Dude, I don't know. I know this has to happen. Twice. I guess, okay, I haven't quite tried this exact route yet. If all my friends are in this area at the same time, I'll just end up with control over no one. Ow. No one can be reached right now. And I haven't done... okay, so there are tasks to do up here, as well as I have to kill the... I have to make a kill. This kill. That one was done with its job already, so that is a fine time to make the kill. Problem is, I'd really love this to be able to shoot again to the right. So maybe I can do that. Okay, let's try. Well, that's one more of those. I will get one more after that, but I need two more after that. I don't think I'll get two more after that. Also, I'm not getting out of here, there's no way. Can you escape? Not meaningfully. What is this? Alright, so wow, I wish I had a cursor. This is just like the worst time not to have one. Can I force a cursor onto the screen somehow? What if I exit full screen? Well, that's no good. And check it out, even like this, in this hilariously tiny thing, it still hides the cursor as soon as it enters the game window. I have it everywhere else. Just, it's like the most frustrating thing not to have right now. Fine. Alright, yeah, you're juggling fire. Good for you. I see that. Everyone who's watching this who's making a game, please don't hide the cursor during the game. Like, let me move my mouse and see what I'm pointing at. It's very, very important. I'm currently being driven nuts by being unable to do that. Okay, so anyway, in the upper right, I need to blow to the right once, twice, and then get the tornado out of there. Heavy thing gets blown to the right twice. That destroys the box, tornado gets out of there, then it gets fireballed and explodes, and the yellow bell rings. At the same time, the cyan bell needs to ring from this. And the maroon bell, or whatever, also needs to ring from something. So the only way that's happening is if this shoots to the east. The only way that's going to happen is if this shoots to the east. Thing that's impossible to point at. If I pause, no, I've tried this before, it does not give me what I need. Ooh, this pause is not a pause. I see. Okay. So I do get 2 shots if I do this. However, that's meaningless because I end up wasting them just to get the tornado back. By the time I've done that, I'm back down to 1 shot. And that's left you in actually a worse place. It does not seem like I gain from pushing that to the left instead of right. Theoretically, this leaves the possibility of shooting north after I have repositioned the upper left fire elemental. That cannot happen yet. But okay, I'll get 2 shots to the north, and a 3rd one from the reposition itself. Okay. Is that enough? Two to control the tornado, 1 to detonate the box. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. So this shot here, 1 to control the tornado, 1 to detonate, 1 to control the tornado. Yeah, so what's wrong? Isn't this a fine allocation? Why am I going this way? This is the wrong way. So I'm done shooting counterclockwise. I am ready for clockwise. Therefore, your job is to kill. Okay, yeah, what's wrong with this? Doesn't this work fine? Okay, did I just not see this before? Probably. Because I think this resolves everything the way I wanted to. I always ended up with a missing piece right here, but maybe I don't have one anymore. Seems, no, the tornado's still there. That's the missing piece. That's no good. I can get you out of here, but I can't shoot anymore. There's my missing piece. Okay. If this could shoot one more time, like that thing up there can, but I'm not able to go there myself. A tornado would kill it. I'm like super close here, but I'm one shot short. Ow. Can't see that because of the star crater or whatever. No, the explosion from the box. No way I can fuse this any further. Every shot that I took was productive, pretty much. The one that I feel like I could maybe somehow save is the one that rescues that elemental. Is there any way I can get you out of there without shooting you with fire? I don't think so, no. That one up there in that corner can't ever shoot anything else. I just need to kill it once I'm done with it. I'm not, but I'm killing it anyway. Approaching from that angle is terrible. We can blow each other all day, but this is not going to get done what I need to get done. Do I need to put myself where that fire elemental is? I don't think so. I don't think I can. I can't position somebody here so that I could just, like, not ring this bell at all. That's not a secret, and that sure wouldn't be satisfying if it was. This is an invalid approach, because I can never turn that back around. There's a little barrier there, so I can't blow it to the right. No one else shoots the way I need them to shoot. I don't have another source of ignition for this. It is suspicious to me that I can do this. But that does not make sense, because farther downstream from here, I do want you to shoot north twice. Actually, I want it 3 times, but I can't have that. Oh! Here's a move I haven't tried. That'll get me an extra shot. Maybe that can be a real solution. Okay. Could I believe it? I don't know. But maybe. Yeah. No. Maybe. Okay, so it's totally fine to first do this. Well, you sure about that? I'm not sure about anything. But I sure couldn't find a way to get that tornado back other than shooting it with some fireball, and let's hope that that one is valid. I'm using every fireball from everything I can touch. I feel like that's where I'm going wrong. Like that gives me the feeling of not being the right thing to do. But this thing has to die. The other way to do that would be to involve a second tornado, then two get locked up there. Is there a way that could be not true? Maybe. No, I want you here. I mean, this is the same thing as what I did before. Here I'm using this to return a tornado. And it doesn't even make it all the way, so okay, that's just strictly worse. Hi, it's a couple of days later at what would have been my normal recording time if the last session hadn't gone so long. So during editing I saw a possible thing that I could try here that might fix all of my issues, maybe. So just basically one little modification to what I was doing. And I haven't budgeted it all out yet, so I don't know if it'll work, but it looks likely. Alright, so my next action needs to be, you get out of the way, you shoot north to get that thing out of the way. So this is all very familiar. Tornadoes just kind of sit out of the way, this blows up. Alright, that guy who I'm looking at has one shot left, and I have a plan for that shot. Will I be able to pull it off? I don't know, this isn't looking too promising actually. So I would still be doing this, and I'd still be losing two of those, it looks like. Isn't that a problem? So here's what I had been thinking. Oh, that's a waste. Oh, this doesn't work at all, does it? Okay, well, maybe this didn't solve any of my problems, so let's ignore... Ooh. Let's ignore this box for now, and try executing the rest of this. Because there's at least one new thing I have that I can try, so I'm just not gonna ring... No, I do want to ring that bell, still. So watch out for wasted fireballs. Sending the northwest one east right now would be a wasted fireball. I do not want to do that. Sending this one this way right now would be wasted. I do not want to do that. Sending this one north right now would be a waste. I don't want to do that. Okay. But I think there's a way to make this make sense. Actually, do I bring everything over here? Oh, that's interesting. I have just like too many things going on now. But okay, so part of the idea was... if only I had a cursor. Just want to make sure this doesn't get anywhere that I care about. It does not. No. You have to start from here. Go there, do that. Right, my next move is to kill this. Kill has been made. Because yeah, I cannot use that one's fireballs at all ever for anything. At most it can repeat some things. So by killing that, I have eliminated my possibility of destroying this box with an explosion and ringing that bell, which seems like a huge problem. Yeah, that does seem like a huge problem. For a moment though, let's ignore that problem. What the... No, this is like happening in the wrong order somehow? Well, anyway, I do that. I put this over here and here. Oh, I needed two, okay. But I'm already out of fireballs. What? Wait, this is impossible still. So what I had wanted to do, boy, I wish I could point at things, was to, Alright, let's try the intermediate step I was imagining. After... Okay, yeah. So after I've done this... Yeah, sure, ding. And... Right, that was just for opening a shortcut. After I've done this and that fireball is actually doing something productive. What I would then theoretically do with the last shot of this fire elemental is send it that way, do a counterclockwise rotation to get another one up in the northeast. Then it looks like that elemental is stuck, but let's pretend this fire guy is nearly spent. In fact, let's simulate that fully. Alright, yeah. So you do some useful actions here. In fact, you can actually do those. You get me that elemental back, great. And that just kind of goes into a holding pattern and waits. Then we do this. That explodes, great. Now... I still need two down here for this to happen. That's kind of the whole issue. Okay, that gives me a new idea. Oh ho. Okay, so the intermediate step, I'm gonna back up from this. When that thing over there was facing north, I would do that to send a fireball all the way around counterclockwise. Then, to get the tornado back, check out this move that I spotted. I kill the fire elemental with my body, then I'm in here and I can recover both of those. Alright, at this point, I would have to do something funky. Oh, this is actually pretty bad. Well, I can do the... Okay, well I would do that a little bit differently, I guess. Have I stumbled here upon what is actually the most extreme of wind puzzles, I wonder? Or do they get even more ridiculous than this? Because yeah, secretly this is like the hardest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, so problem with doing all of that is I don't have two elementals over here to do this exchange. And I can't quite do it with one. Like there's something that looks almost like doing it with one. Where do I want you? That doesn't make it as far as it needs to go here. I can get you back like that. Okay, so one idea. Alright. So let's work with that portion a bit. Maybe I have something still. So right. Just kind of partition this puzzle into smaller chunks that just do the one thing. Alright, so... having regained control over you, I still do need to send one more fireball this way. That will be this one. Now, What if I had somebody sitting... Would that be here? I think so. If I chain this way, can you get where you're going? You cannot. No. You're just as short of that as otherwise. Okay. And that top one's not going to shoot south again. If you had been fireballed while in this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you wouldn't make it. Okay, never mind. I have nothing here. Okay, so here's a detail I've been maybe neglecting. A way to slightly extend... So with you, if I want to get to that box, I'm currently 1 short. Same for the fire elemental. But there's a way to extend that by 1 while still maintaining some ability. You blew 2, and now you have 4 dots. And I can get this back, so that's how with just 1... Okay, yeah, so this would be the best way to get you back because... Okay, now hang on, can I parlay this into something working? Oh, maybe. Okay. So with that in consideration, I must ring the bell. I believe I must make this shot. This feels like the most wasteful thing that is currently happening, but I don't know how I would not waste that. It seems impossible not to do that. So right now I'll just allow it to happen. Next thing I desire, I think, is to do this one more time. Right, and I was using your fireball to extend this range. So here we go. I gained 1 more fireball, which is exactly how much I needed, right? So I go up here, I make this kill because you don't need to go over there anymore. Next action is I retrieve both of these. For the journey up there, you need to be here, actually. Does this fit my budget? Because I was off by 1 at one point, and this gains me 1. So theoretically, this might be all I need. You fireballed. Now, the problem... Okay, I see. So I can use a different allocation because I am not shooting west ever with this, which would be accomplishing the same thing anyway. Here we go. This is the fireball I didn't know how to get before. So you go over there, you need to do that a 2nd time, and a 3rd time, and kind of a 4th time, and I have the budget for that now. So eliminate the tornado, blow up the box, and there we go. Ah! Okay. I did it! Cool. Alright, check it out. Whoa. I wanted to see if I could ring the bell again, but no, it is broken, and there are also spikes there that are hidden. Okay, and that is the last of Frozen Spire. Alright, I may be coming back here if I have 1 more diamond to see the god to see if there's a 12 diamond reward. My first action when I go to another island is going to be to see about that with some other deity who wishes to treat with me. Okay, cool. I made it work. The puzzle was ultimately pretty cool. I just feel like it had a little too much going on. Sure was hard to get a foothold there. Well, see, I got a foothold, but getting that last foothold, like figuring out where among the extremely wide open possibility space I could put something in my budget. That was hard. Alright, good stuff. Next time I can go everywhere else.